morning. Welcome to episode 2 of the Sober and Fit series. It is early in the morning. I am up before the rest of my house. I typically wake up. First thing that I do is I drink water with electrolytes. 16 ounces of water mixed in with the electrolyte mix before I touch coffee. I just recently started doing that when I started running, and it's been good. And I don't look at my phone for the first little bit before I get going. I'd take my water, electrolytes, go outside in the quiet and just sit and think, let my body and my mind wake up. And then I come back immediately, start my coffee, take a shower, and then I come straight to this spot. So this is my spot in the house. My wife and my son sleep on the other side of the house, so I close the doors to this side, come out here and listen to worship music, pray, spend time with the Lord, read, and this is kind of how I start every single day. But one thing that I started doing years ago was reading the Proverbs of the day. So I always start off each day of the month with the Proverbs. So today is the 16th, so I read Proverbs 16. So I had a couple little nuggets in there that I wanted to point out to you guys. And Proverbs is just so good. There's so much wisdom. There's so much advice and just practical things in there that you can apply to your life and to today's times. It's just timeless. But a couple things that stuck out to me this morning, reading through the Proverbs, was Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. And you keep reading down, and verse 9 says, in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. And that really stuck out to me this morning because I don't know about you guys, we all have a tendency to make our own plans, map out our future. We know what we want to do for the next year, 2, 5, 10-year plan. And God's like, I already have your plan. I've already got it mapped out for you. Because we want to do certain things in our careers, financially, with our families, whatever the case may be. And I'm right there with you. You know, I have things that I would like to accomplish in my career the next few years. My family would like to do things the next few years that requires us to meet certain financial goals. But at the end of the day, God's in control and He has it mapped out. And if you take that pressure off of yourself and just release fully to His plan and His purpose for your life, it's going to end up being way better than you could possibly imagine. God's plans are always so much bigger than our plans. I think of that analogy of, I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the picture of like Jesus holding out the teddy bear to the kid, and behind him he's holding an even bigger teddy bear. And the kid wants the small teddy bear because that's all that he can see. And he has no idea if he just holds out for a little bit that he has a lot bigger prize coming his way. And I think that's what God kind of does to us, is we see what we can only see in the midst, and we see this little small glimpse of what we want in the now or in the temporary. But if we're patient and submit to God's will and His plan for our life, He's going to give us something just way greater and way better. But that's my 2 cents for the day, and that's what I always start off with, is spending time with the Lord, spending time with myself, getting woken up, get into His Word a little bit, and then we now jump into the rest of the day. So what I got on the docket is, today is Sunday. This is my busy day. This is day 1 of my week. I'm full throttle, and we're going to hop down to the basement. I'm going to knock out this basement circuit. Basically, I'm going to do some push-ups, some sit-ups, some pull-ups, just some body weight stuff to get myself going. Do a few rounds of that and stretch out. Very, very light stretch. And today is a very special day because it's the first day that I'm going to take out our new, I say it's new, it's 17-year-old Bob stroller that we found on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm going to take Shiloh out for our first run. And so that's going to be awesome. I'm going to try to film some of that. I'm going to have my wife riding around on the bicycle, getting some shots. So I'll throw those in there. But we're going to run 2 miles. Sunday is my easy run day. So I'm going to run 2 miles at a very conversational pace. This is my first time pushing the stroller, so I'm going to have to figure out the technique and how that flows. But it's going to be fun. I know Shiloh is going to enjoy it. And then we'll come back to the house, get cleaned up, eat some food, hang out for a little bit, and then off to the facility. I'm gonna hop down to the basement. I'll catch you guys downstairs. All right, so we are about to do our first ever run in the Bob stroller. Like I said, this thing's from like 2009, but it's pretty sturdy and it's gonna work. Are you ready for your first run? YouTube, you guys are part of the journey. This is the very beginning of many runs and bike rides. Ain't that right? Let's get to it. All right, we just finished. We did about 2.5 miles. Shiloh, what do you think? Was it good? Yeah? Did you have fun? Are you tired? I'm tired. You ready for some fuel? I'm ready for some fuel. But yeah, that's the first of 1,000. Give it up to the camera lady, my wife. She's a trooper. She came out here early. You guys are probably wondering why I just blew into that blow box to get my truck started. That's because I've had 3 DWIs. I had my last one in February of 2014, so it's been over 12 years. And I had to go to a court-ordered rehab program that was faith-based. That is where I initially met Jesus, surrendered my life to him to the best of what I knew, and my life did a complete 180. Ended up going back to school. I was a failed college athlete. I got kicked out of 3 colleges, kicked off of 3 college football teams. Just for many years lived that life of rebellion and chaos, and I was constantly in mess and trouble and just chasing all the wrong things. And then once I did a 180, I ended up going back to school. I finished my bachelor's degree. I got my master's degree as a graduate assistant football coach. Got plugged in with the college football coaching world, and I coached college ball for about 5 years. And now I have, as you saw, I have a family. I have a godly wife. I have a great career and a home. And like the Lord has just completely restored my life because I decided to follow Jesus. And as a result, my life started to change. However, it was not immediate. It was a long journey of denying myself daily, picking up my cross daily, making decisions that I knew would benefit myself, even if my flesh did not want to do it. And over the course of 12 years, I am where I am right now. So for you guys listening to this, there's hope, but it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to happen instantaneously. Sometimes it does. God is a God of miracles. I have seen plenty of miracles in my life, but for anything worth having, you're going to have to work hard, and you're going to have a waiting period. Otherwise, you're not going to be ready to steward it if it is given to you prematurely. So that's my nugget for today, is just be patient. Trust in God's plan. You know, we were reading the Proverbs this morning where I was talking about God's plan versus our plans. And God has such a greater, bigger plan than we could ever imagine. So rest in that. Have peace in that. Trust in that. Trust in God. Believe he is who he says he is. Believe in his word. Believe that if you follow him and obey him, that he is going to do some crazy great things in your life. And I'm not saying it's okay to have goals. Like, have goals, have marks that you want to meet. I have goals in my life. I have things that I want to meet, but ultimately God is in control of the big picture. He is the author who is writing the story of my life, and I have peace in that. And I still work hard. I still set my milestones. I still have things that I want to work towards. But at the end of the day, I know that I don't have it all figured out, and that's okay. So hopefully this encourages you. I tell you what, Shiloh really enjoyed that run. Oh my gosh. We had so much fun. He was just laughing and giggling and smiling and chilling. So that's the first of many. That I have been waiting for this day for 7 months, just waiting for him to get big enough to where we can put him in a stroller so I can run around. The Bob stroller that we have, you guys saw it. nothing fancy. It's from like 2009, I think. But we found it on Facebook Marketplace for like $30. So we pulled the trigger. It's in decent shape. It has everything that we need, and we're going to make it work. If for some reason the people who make the Bob strollers, that company, the Bob stroller company, sees this video and you want to sponsor me and send me some Bob strollers to try out, I plan on having more kids, and this is going to be like a every single day thing. So feel free to send me whatever you want and I'll review it. One day we're going to look back on this video, I'm like, yeah, humble beginnings, people. Humble beginnings. But you're part of the journey. All 20 of you that are listening. All right, we're here at my facility. I'm about to do a chest and hamstring workout. I always hit 2 body parts every single time that I lift. I lift 5 days a week, 2 body parts each time, and I repeat a workout every week. So this week is chest and hamstrings first, so then I'll repeat this on Thursday, but in a different variation. Let's see. We got 40 minutes. So we're on crunch time. I'm gonna knock out this lift. I'm gonna be very intentional. I'm going to hit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 exercises for chest, and I'm gonna hit 3 exercises for my hamstring. And I start off all my body parts with the heavy lift, and then I get into an operating rhythm of 3 sets of 8, and then I end with a superset, just something difficult, something hard. And yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're gonna be very precise. I'm gonna get to this, and that's kind of how I roll. I plan out all my workouts, so the schedule is already planned out for the next 10 weeks. I know exactly what I'm doing, how many reps, how many sets, what exercises. My KMG workout program is linked in my bio. If you guys are looking for a very structured, organized system that works, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I don't need anything else. I know there's all the different arguments on what type of splits. You know, you got the row splits, your push-pull, you know, all those things. I think there's nothing wrong with those. I just have never gravitated towards that because I like the system that I use and it has worked for me. So everyone's different, everybody type's different, but if you want to give out my program a try, it's linked in my bio. It's called KMG Fitness. It's an app, and you get a 14-day free trial to give it a shot. If you hate it, you can always cancel, but I promise you, you will see results. You will get stronger. I'm a testimony to this program. Welcome to my closet / office. I love this place. I literally get so much work done because people can't find me. We finished that workout right on time. I like down to the second as far as opening the facility. So I kind of had to rush to the hamstring portion, but that's fine. My legs are already feeling pretty good from the run this morning. Thank you guys for stopping by today. So this was day 1 of my week. We got a easy 2.5 mile run in with the stroller. My son loved it. I'm excited to do that again with him very soon, maybe tomorrow. I've been running twice a week over the summer just to kind of get into this running thing. I have another 5K coming up in a few weeks that I've been preparing for that. I'm excited to see what my time is compared to my last time. The last 5K I ran was my first time ever running a 5K, first time really ever running over like a mile for distance, and I ran a 23:20 something and surprised myself. I did pretty decent with hardly any training. I think I had only ran 2 or 3 times leading up to that race. So over the summer I have had the running bug, so that kind of lit a fire in me. So I've been running twice a week. I've been doing a easy run early in the week and a long run later in the week, and each week I've been adding incrementally to that long run, like progressive overload, just like in the weight room. I ran 7 miles this last time. That's where I got up to, was 7 miles. It sucked. Gosh. I ran 6 miles the week before that, and it was easy because my nutrition was dialed in. Last week, I kind of slacked on the nutrition piece a little bit. We went out to eat a few times. Some people blessed us with some meals, so I compromised on a couple things, and I could tell a difference. When I ran the 7 miles on Friday, it kicked my butt. I literally had to fight for every single mile, where the week before that, I was cruising at a faster pace for 6 miles. So It just goes to show that nutrition matters. So this week, I'm dialed in. We have started off today strong. I've had my protein shake. I've had my healthy breakfast. I'm about to drink another protein shake. I do that after every single workout. I drink a protein shake within 30 minutes of my workout, normally within 10 minutes of my workout. And then I have a lunch prepared that my wife made. My wife meal prep, so I have all my lunches and dinners planned out for the rest of the week. So we are dialed in, guys. We're gonna lock in. So when I come around this next Friday, when I do my next long run, I'm gonna run 7 miles again. I feel like I did not earn the right to go farther than that based off of how poorly I ran on Friday, which I didn't run terrible. I was about 30 seconds slower than I was with the 6 mile run, but still, it's kind of like in the weight room. If you can't get your goal weight for X amount of reps, then you stay at that weight until you can. And then once you can get your goal, then you move on to the next weight. So that's how I'm treating running. I'm adding on to my long run each week, progressively getting better in preparation for this 5K, because I really want to see how much I improve this next 5K, which is, it's on September 12th. So however many weeks that is from today. Today's August 16th. Compared those two times, I am going to sign up for a 10K in November. So that's why I've been added on the miles, because I want to get to where I can run a 10K at a competitive pace. I don't know where this running thing is going to take me. I'm going to add in another day of running probably this week. I've been debating it for the last couple of weeks, doing an easy run on Sunday, throwing in an interval run on either Monday or Tuesday where I work on my speed, kind of do the interval training. I'm learning all this running stuff now, where I keep a fast pace for a short distance and then cool off, keep a fast pace for a short distance and repeat X amount of rounds. So I'm gonna give that a try this week. And then I'm gonna run 7 miles on Friday. And I'm gonna keep that routine. That's my running plan. Run 3 days a week, lift 5 days a week. And I still play a lot of basketball. That's the one thing. I just cannot give up basketball because it's just so much fun. I've cut down a lot. I don't play in any more leagues. I don't play basketball at nighttime because I don't want to compromise my sleep. So I only play basketball 2 to 3 mornings a week, and that's like early morning. Like have 6 a.m. basketball group at the YMCA sort of deal. So yeah, so between 2 or 3 days of basketball, 2 or 3 days of running for distance, 5 days of strength training, plus my basement workouts. I try to do those 5 to 6 days a week. I'm pretty active, and it's just a matter of dialing in the nutrition, hitting my macros, hitting my protein, my fat, my carbs, staying at my calorie level. I'm trying to cut up a little bit, so I'm trying to stay slightly below my caloric maintenance mark, I guess. I'm also learning all about macros. That's one thing. I've gone through my entire life lifting weights, being active, but like just eating off of feel. Like I ate whenever I was hungry. I never thought about how many grams of protein I'm getting. I would drink protein shakes and stuff, but outside of that, I never really took that part serious. But now that I'm running and preparing for races and competitions, I kind of got that competitive fire back in me that I haven't had since college. I played football in college. Yeah, it's exciting. It's like I have something to work for. So thank y'all for joining. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, watching my series, hanging out with me and my family. I'm a simple guy. I love Jesus, I love my family, and I love to be active and do fun things like working out and running and playing ball. That's pretty much all I do. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Follow along. This is going to be a new series. I'm calling it Sober and Fit because I am sober and I think I'm pretty fit, and I want to help people. I know there is someone on the other side of this screen where you're struggling with something. You're struggling with, maybe it's substance abuse, alcoholism, food addiction, complacency, procrastination, trying to figure out your purpose in life. And I can tell you, I'm a testimony that there is freedom from all the things that I just listed. God has a plan for your life. If you truly surrender, lay down your life and follow Jesus, He will reveal His purpose for your life. And once you get that purpose and it becomes clear, it's like game on. So my purpose is helping you. That's it. It's just helping you. However I can. And right now it's by posting these videos and showing a little glimpse into my life and offering some tips that I've learned along the way that has kept me on the path that I've been on now for 12 years. It's not hard, but it's hard to do. The first step is surrender. You just got to give up your life, man. That's it. Just lay down your life, follow Jesus, and take it one day at a time. And those good days compound, those good moments compound. If you have a good solid week, it's going to lead to another good solid week, and it just gets better. Not easier, but better. I love y'all. Have a blessed day. Have a good week. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.